more adjustments. First poem I think I'll do is a poem, kind of a peaceful observation sort of poem. Sunset on the South Pier. The years have grown in marks which march up a wall I don't own. The minerals of the air settle in my bones. I need to grow tough for the winter. The clamor of kitchen, children, pots and pans circle around you and me in noisy bands. I now see how I've grown into these hands and become my father's reflection. The clamor of kitchen, children, pots and pans, and then the moon rises. I'm surprised by peace. And later, driving the bayside streets, the sky burns and the bright water repeats each of those flames and splinters. My friend, his back against the noisy city, fishes the channel, the changing density of water as it draws in the night's algidity. From his hand comes a poem for inspection. The lake endures the last affections. The boats have gone and the bays alone. The black water's as blank as barren land. We listen a moment to the waves' slow beats, making measures they've made since antiquity, counting night's first stars as they enter, and marking time till the sun's resurrection. Another day will lurch towards winter, and through the window will pour in splinters a pale dawn almost too dim for reflection. The mirror frames an older face for inspection.
All right.
Woo. All right, we're in election season, and this is going to be a kind of unique sort of election. No matter who wins, it may cost $1 billion. Election day. Some voices are made of metal. I have a voice of wood, not any particular grain, not exotic or endangered, but still better than most metals, resonant, able to bend. The voices of metal bring bright edges, inflexible, with bang and crash from the oily roar of a chainsaw, biting our divisions to the bluish tint of a barrel, the flat, gray facts of locks and bars. Money is metal, with a dull ring, the axe and the shovel, both of which are metal, and best in metal, dig and pick and chop out interrogations and inquisitions. Metal wins in the end. This poem's called, actually I think more or less requested. The theme that was requested of me was ecocide, and this one's called Unnatural Disasters. It's not the snakes under every other step that will get you in the North Alabama woods. Worry instead that some clear night a breeze might lay a pine down across your tent. A widowmaker is a dead limb hung high overhead, and the Sipsey is a wilderness of widowmakers, man-made. Something's going to fall on us people. Southern pine beetle is our fault, and has turned forests into vaults of dead and dying pines standing in 10-story columns shot through and rotten. North, along the Appalachians, whole mountains are blasted apart and forgotten, gas fields fracked, tap water on fire. The world frays at the edges, and erosion we're too driven around to notice. The windshield's a TV, just another screen. In deterioration, we may find ourselves starving, machine depleted, source code forgotten, our only hope and scattered survivors, the human seed, waiting for forest to recover, growing back again just like summer once repaid spring. But we don't seem to learn. We've got carp in the rivers and tar balls on the beach. It's too much to say the earth creaks under our weight, but the part we're on, it seems too small. Ash borer and chestnut blight, little extinctions we have just gotten used to. An eruption of oil is no act of God, and the sin is ours whenever we twist a key, fork, or switch. I'm wearing clothes made by machine, so I've fed the beast, felt its vomit rise and return, its bile pours from the Louisiana seafloor. This is going to be an exceptionally cold reading of a poem on an ecological theme. It's from my very first book, Dry River Walking. It's about 14 years old. Cycle. The word blackjack in the first line refers to a kind of scrub oak, stunted. You can't break the branches because they'll break, but you can't. They won't separate. You can twist them, and then they'll live. These things are gnarly, and they never grow above 20 feet tall, and they can take wind, and they're tough as sin. Cycle. Among the blackjacks, a house can take the howling wind for maybe decades. In the open, the wind, the sun, and the grass grapple and etch wooden buildings, even without the buffalo's seasonal trample. Underground, things remember longer, don't melt in the flow, crack in the freeze, bleach in the summer. The forsaken cellars, the cut-in homes remember the uproar. There, the flotsam left by dried-up homesteaders still wears a coat deposited by black blizzards, the residue now rusty in the daylight, beginning to darken like drying blood as the blackjacks surrender again to the axe and chainsaw. The scrubby oaks are stunted to withstand the weather, growing tight together and slow, but there is no defense when the harrows return. Find the pastures overgrown again, where the trees spread like veins upon the invading ravines which slope the fields after 29. Skies darken, rocks thrust up through denuded fields. The wind calves out new hills, throwing creek beds and gullies into the sky. Teeth grind on the grit silting under doors through windows. Underground, jars and butter churns shiver, cobwebs sag the corners like the bloated bellies of dead cattle. Underground, root and seed wait to see the raw geography they will acquire and anchor. Thank you.